To Kill a Mockingbird is a story set during the Great Depression in the small town of Macomb, Alabama, told through the eyes of Jean Louise Finch, who is called Scout, a young girl who lives with her brother Jem and her attorney father Atticus. Throughout the 3 years we see Scout grow up, she interacts with the citizens of Macomb, as well as Dill Harris, a boy from Meridian, Mississippi, who comes to Macomb every summer and lives with his Aunt Rachel, a neighbor of the Finches. During their summers together, they act out movies and books, such as Dracula and Tarzan, and try to get the infamous figure Boo Radley, who lives next door to the Finches, to come out of his house after years of hiding away. Scout seems to enjoy a tomboy's childhood filled with adventures and laughter until she learns a life lesson about justice and injustice. When Atticus becomes the attorney to Tom Robinson, a hard-working black man accused of raping a young white woman, the Finch family suddenly becomes a pariah to half the town. The verdict, which was clearly preordained by the all-white male jury, was to convict Tom Robinson of rape, notwithstanding the clear evidence in his favor. Sadly, Tom was shot and killed when he attempted to escape the prison he was held in. But as Scout put it, Tom was a dead man the minute Mayella Ewell opened her mouth and screamed. Bob Ewell, the father of the rape victim and the likely perpetrator, attempted to murder Scout and Jem in a crazed, angry rage. Thankfully, Boo Radley saved the children and killed Bob before he could harm them. Atticus Finch is the widowed father to Scout and Jem, a renowned lawyer and a symbol of justice and morality. Atticus treats his children as though they were mature adults, and he even taught them to read at a very young age. Because he sees them as smart, mature children, he is able to teach them valuable life lessons such as empathy and justice. As Atticus once said, "You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view." Atticus's moral values are also present in his work life as well as his personal life. During the trial, he is nothing but courteous to Mayella and Bob Ewell, even though they saw him as being patronizing. Atticus is also a very just man. After Bob Ewell was found dead, Atticus thought that Jem might have killed him by accident and was willing to put his own son on trial for murder completely based on the facts he was told. One of the most prominent themes we see throughout To Kill a Mockingbird is prejudice. It takes many forms throughout the book, not just the more obvious white versus black prejudice, but more subtle forms, including black versus white prejudice, like the incident in the church with Lula, and wealthy versus poor prejudice, like when Walter Cunningham went to the Finches' home for dinner and was judged by Scout for what she thought was inappropriate eating habits. To Kill a Mockingbird is full of passages in which certain characters discredit black people purely based on the color of their skins. Scout's Aunt Alexandra even wanted to get rid of Calpurnia, the beloved housemaid and cook to the Finch family, but Atticus stepped in and said, "Alexandra, Calpurnia is not leaving this house until she wants to." Atticus was also judged for representing Tom Robinson in his case. As I said before, Atticus was seen as a pariah by half the town because of this, so many people began to spread rude rumors around town about him and people yelling "N-lover" at him and the children. Boo Radley was also judged by Scout, Jem, Dill, and many people in the town because all they thought they knew about him was that he was a delinquent and troublemaker in his youth. At the end of the book, however, Scout realizes the error of her ways and befriends the kind Arthur Radley. It is clear that Harper Lee intended for her readers to confront their own prejudices, whatever they may be. It would be nice to say that in the 50-plus years since this book was originally published, that the issue of prejudice in our society would be resolved. Clearly, however, we still have quite a ways to go.